Okay, I want to take a look today at the Trump effect. Now, I'm not looking specifically at Donald Trump. I'm looking basically at the effect that he's going to have coming up in the next like year or two, of course, leading up to the election. But as we look into possibly Donald Trump being arrested, is this going to cause fucking riots in cities and all of this shit? So the way that I'm thinking about this is like maybe a comet or like Planet X. So that is the effect, that is the energy that surrounds him. So what I'm looking at is gravity and trajectory. Just like if Planet X were coming through our solar system, is it going to cause everything to fuck up or what is the deal? All right. So, first, we're really looking at gravity. The Ace of Swords reversed over the top of the Magician. Fascinating. I got to look on either side of this Ace of Swords to see why it's reversed. Wow. All right. So, our root card being the Magician, as far as if I'm looking at the gravity of the thing, you know, the Magician is a pretty strong card. It's a major arcana, so this is a big energy. Now, the Magician is the one that's on stage. Here, everyone is looking at them, and the Magician is like the master of all of these different elements. Now, here, that's the foundation. But on top of it, the Ace of Swords has been reversed. And the Ace of Swords is willpower. And this is like, I mean, theoretically, it would be Donald Trump versus the world. I guess in this case, it's more about his effect that he has on people. But the Ace of Swords reversed is basically being controlled, right? It's being controlled by something else. So it looks like the sword is no longer in his control. Like the power isn't necessarily his. And as far as we see the effect of this body as it moves through our solar system, this is no longer being controlled. Maybe the effect was controlled before, so it could be projected and like sculpted in some sort of way, but the Ace of Swords reversed is showing that that is no longer true. Now, let's just look on either side to find out why that is. So, it would go past, present, future ish. I mean, this would be like before and then the thing, and then I don't know, like as it moves forward. It could be just these forces on either side. Either way, they're all swords cards, and I should note that on the bottom of the deck, peeking out, is also the freaking Three of Swords here. Heartbreak and betrayal. So the two is showing a deadlock, right? There was like the desire to do something, but then like something was holding him or the people who do his bidding back. Now, that led to this lack of control of the reversed Ace of Swords. But it's interesting, the Ace of Swords not only really shows a lack of control, but it almost shows relinquishing control to something else. And on the other side, the Five of Swords, this is the trollish energy. It's the soldier that has invaded and the people have surrendered, and now it's just like taunting them, you know? So it's insult on top of injury. Now, when we look at the gravity, so this is a fair amount of gravity and it's out of control. Now let's look at the trajectory. So we know that this planet X is fucking kind of out of control, but where's it going? Wow. Well, this just fell out on the floor. I'm going to pull a more specific card for it, but we get, again, the Swords family. We get a Page of Swords. The trajectory. Where is it going? Interesting. Well, the Page of Swords, the deal with the Page of Swords is they specifically sort of tune into one sort of energy, and then they can see all kinds of it. Um, so we have this sort of laser focus. Now here it appears to be focused on the star. What the hell are we looking at in the star? I have to do a trick when I do this because I have to hold this up to the camera so you can see it. But for me to look at the card through my phone, which is, how I would tell what's actually showing up on the camera, or to the actual card itself, it's two very different things. Looking at the image in the phone is not the same as me looking at the actual picture. Huh. I mean, what's just coming out is the face. Now, there could be the symbol of the water, but that doesn't seem to be the thing that's showing up here. The thing that's sticking out to me is just the face. So, looking at the star, um, the trajectory, looking at the star, I mean, it would make sense if that was just Donald Trump. I mean, he's the star, right? He's the star of that show. Huh. Well, I didn't find that particularly useful. Now, let's just see if this energy is going to be a destructive energy. And, if the people who are focused on the star are going to fucking burn shit down for that person. Huh. And we get a Four of Wands, and that is like a shared commitment to greater harmony. That is pretty much the opposite of burning shit down. That is sort of forging together to create something greater. Now, what I wonder if what this actually means, if Trump gets arrested or whatever, if this is the Trump people joining together like with the DeSantis people or whatever. I mean, I'm really not that interested in the actual political stuff. I'm really looking at just the effect it's going to have on the people in the cities. You know, after living through the Minneapolis riots, I wouldn't want that shit to be happening again. That wasn't a Trump deal, but it fucking could have been, which was proven on January 6th. Now, here, just as I'm going off on that fucking tirade there, the card that comes out is the Eight of Cups. And here, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from a bunch of toxic crap. And I mean, maybe that was just telling me personally to forget about all that shit and just let it go. But maybe that's talking about in a greater sense that people won't be burning down fucking small businesses because Trump gets arrested. It might be just sort of moving on. I would be amazingly happy and impressed if that were true, and hopefully it will be. All right, now let's just look and see what are we missing. There's like something probably that is being unsaid. The fucking hermit. The fucking hermit. The hermit is such a theme. It's showing up in everything. It's crazy. All right. Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is about pattern and just doing the same thing over and over again. Now, the knight theoretically is a soldier, but this is like a guard. The Knight of Pentacles patrols the grounds. And the Hermit, I mean, if we're applying this to Donald Trump, I would not necessarily say that this would be a prison. The Knight of Pentacles is, I mean, maybe this is more like being exiled to his own fucking mansion or something, you know? I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be prison, although the Hermit could show that just in the isolation. But if we are looking at the Trump effect, then there would be something in here that would be the Hermit is about really understanding who you are as opposed to who everyone else is, you know, kind of how you are different. And if anyone, anywhere spends any time doing this, then everybody wins. So maybe this is a hopeful thing that's coming out of it, but as far as the unknown, this could show people who are beginning to disassociate specifically from Donald Trump and just seeing how maybe they would do things different or whatever. Less cult of personality and more like figuring out what they actually think is important. But for the hardcore Trump supporters, this is probably not really good, and it shows that whole wave of energy kind of coming out of control. And as it moves forward, it doesn't look like it's the most disruptive thing. In fact, it might be people just sort of being done with it. So that's what we get here. You know, let me know what you think. If you see different things in the cards, that happens a lot. So let me know what you think about that, and peace.